Being a brilliant person enables you to solve problems. Being an emotionally present person inspires other people to solve problems with you. I'm Kevin Brunner, a team leader in the chemistry industry, and I'm here to help you lead with more clarity, confidence, and connection. Why can brilliant leaders fail to inspire? Why do some managers spark loyalty while others grind into burnout? In this video, I'll show you why the cornerstone of great leadership, emotional intelligence, matters more than IQ. We'll dive deep into what emotional intelligence really is, and you'll learn the 5 key traits every emotionally intelligent leader needs. Have you recently come into a new leadership position? Are you interested in getting promoted to a leadership position? Do you just want to improve your leadership skills? If so, watch this video and more to learn how. What is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence, or EQ, is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions, and to recognize, understand, and influence the emotions of others. It's not about being soft, it's about being smart with emotions. It's about navigating conversations with empathy, making decisions under pressure, managing conflict with grace, and building relationships that last. Let's dive in. But before I talk about what emotional intelligence is, why does it matter so much? A 2016 study from the Journal of Leadership Studies showed that leaders with high emotional intelligence resolve conflicts approximately 28% faster than those with lower emotional awareness. In the book, The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team by Patrick Lencioni, one learns that the foundation of a great team is trust. You can only build trust with your team through emotional intelligence. Let's be clear, technical knowledge and cognitive ability are important, but they aren't enough. In fact, most leadership roles, the higher you rise, the less your job becomes about your own intelligence, and it becomes more about how you influence, communicate, and connect with others. You can have the best ideas in the world, but if you can't build trust, manage conflict, or inspire people to follow you, those ideas go nowhere. Here are a few practical ways emotional intelligence outperforms raw intelligence in leadership. In decision making, smart leaders make fast decisions. Emotionally intelligent leaders bring the team with them, reduce resistance, and build buy in. In feedback, intelligent people can identify what's wrong. Emotionally intelligent leaders can deliver feedback in a way that leads to change, not shame. In crisis, knowledge might help you create a plan, but emotional intelligence helps you stay calm, communicate clearly, and keep people aligned when things fall apart. In retention, teams don't quit because their manager lacked knowledge. They quit because their manager lacked empathy, communication, and trust. That's why emotional intelligence isn't a luxury. It's not a bonus skill. It's not something to focus on after everything else is working. It's the foundation. If traditional intelligence is about solving problems, emotional intelligence is about solving people problems. For me, personally focusing on developing my emotional intelligence gave me the edge I needed to excel in my first leadership role. It's a skill you can develop too. Let's say you receive an email criticizing your leadership approach. It stings. The reactive part of you wants to defend, correct, or push back. But you take a moment, you breathe, you reread it later with fresh eyes. With emotional intelligence, you respond with curiosity instead of combat. You thank them for their honesty, you ask questions, you clarify. Not only does the conflict de escalate, you build deeper respect with someone who now knows you can handle feedback with maturity. That's the difference emotional intelligence makes. And over time, that difference compounds. Now let's get more specific. According to psychologist Daniel Goleman, emotional intelligence has 5 core components. Let's walk through each of them, and I'll show you what they look like in real leadership situations. First, self awareness. Self awareness is your ability to notice your own emotions in real time. It sounds simple, but most of us are moving too fast to catch ourselves. We don't realize we're being defensive, or we're making a decision out of fear, or we're showing up with frustration from an earlier meeting. Self-awareness means asking questions like, what am I feeling right now? Where is this reaction coming from? Is this about them or is this about me? A self-aware leader doesn't lead with authority. They lead with honesty. They notice their blind spots. They reflect on their triggers. And that reflection becomes the foundation of emotional intelligence. 2, self-regulation. Once you're aware of your emotions, the next skill is managing them. Self-regulation doesn't mean suppressing how you feel. It means choosing how you express it. If you're angry, you don't explode. If you're anxious, you don't spread that anxiety to your team. You find the space between feeling and reacting. Great leaders know how to slow down their internal reaction just long enough to make a conscious choice. Think of it like a thermostat instead of a thermometer. A thermometer just reacts. A thermostat adjusts. Self-regulation is the thermostat of your leadership. 3rd, motivation. Motivation is in the context of emotional intelligence isn't just about drive, it's about internal drive. And what gets you out of bed in the morning? Is it titles, recognition, or fear of failure, or is it the sense of purpose, growth, and contribution? Leaders with high emotional intelligence are deeply self-motivated. They hold long-term vision. They're resilient in setbacks, and their energy is contagious. This kind of motivation keeps you grounded when things get hard and keeps your team focused when they're tempted to drift. 4, empathy. Empathy is not just about being nice. It's about being tuned in. Can you read between the lines of what someone is saying? Can you sense when your team is disengaged? Can you hold space for a colleague going through something personal without making it about you? Empathy builds trust, and trust builds performance. Without empathy, your leadership becomes cold, distant, and robotic. But with empathy, even tough conversations become moments of connection. Number 5, social skills. Social skills is where it all comes together. It's how you communicate, how you listen, how you lead meetings, how you resolve tension, how you inspire change. People with high social skills aren't necessarily extroverts, but they know how to connect. They understand timing. They know when to speak and when to stay quiet. They read people. They navigate complexity. And most importantly, they build relationships. When you combine these 5 components, self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skill, you get emotional intelligence in action. And that brings us back to the big idea. Emotional intelligence is really what matters more than intelligence alone in leadership. So, how do you begin developing emotional intelligence? Here are first few steps. First, reflect daily. Ask yourself, what emotion did I feel strongest today? And this is really important. What triggered it? How did I respond? What could I do differently next time? Self-awareness grows through honest reflection. Second, ask for feedback. Invite trusted colleagues to share. What is it like to be led by me? What do I do well emotionally? Where do I create tension or disconnect? This takes humility, but it creates growth. Third, practice the pause. Before reacting, pause for 3 seconds. That tiny pause creates space. In that space, you can choose your response instead of reacting from instinct. Fourth, read people, not just situations when something goes wrong. Ask, how might they be feeling right now? What pressures are they under? What's not being said? Empathy is built by paying closer attention. Fifth, model what you want. If you want your team to stay calm, respectful, and open to feedback, you need to go first. Emotional intelligence is contagious. People reflect what you project. Let me close with this. Leadership is not just about being right. It's about being real, being present, being aware. You don't need to be perfect, but you do need to be in tune because people don't follow titles, they follow connection. They follow leaders who listen, who understand, who adapt, who reflect, who bring out the best in others. That's what emotional intelligence unlocks. And it's 100% learnable. If you're ready to grow, to lead with more clarity, presence, and impact, stick around. This is just the beginning. In the next video, we'll take a deeper dive into self-awareness, how to spot your emotional triggers, uncover blind spots, and lead yourself before leading others. If you found this helpful, please give a like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Which of the 5 emotional intelligence skills do you want to grow next? Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.